Today, I want to talk about the LSA Type 1 Router LSA and LSA Type 2 Network LSA. I will start with this small little up here at the bottom where I have 3 routers connected with a multi-access network, so the switch. At the moment, switch is switched off because I want to go step by step how the OSPF database is built. So let's begin by configuring OSPF on those 3 routers. I have open router 9, 10 and 11 here. I will move the window so you can easily see it. So 9, 10 and 11, and I will enable OSPF here. So I go in a config mode. I do just very simple OSPF configuration. OSPF process 1 network, and all the networks here are, if we have a look on the IP addressing, do show IP and brief are on the 192.168. So network 192.168.0.0.0.0.255. Let's do everything in area 0. So that device is ready. R10, do the same configuration, conf C, router OSPF 1, network 192.168.0.0 at 0.255, area 0. I will exit out of this, do exactly the same on R11, config mode, router OSPF 1, network 192.168.0.0, and wildcard is 0.0.0.255, area 0. I will exit out of this. So all 3 devices are configured with the OSPF. So let's have a look. On the router 9, if I will go show IP protocols, OSPF 1 is enabled, 192.168.0.0 with a wildcard 0.0.0.255 for area 0 is enabled. If I do show IP OSPF neighbors, I should not see anything because the switch in the middle is turned off. Yes, and if I do show IP OSPF database, I should only see LSA Type 1 because that's a LSA about my own network, so the network on the router 9. And yes, that's exactly what we see. So OSPF LSA is a router LSA, and it's my own interface which I've configured with OSPF. So if we check again, show IP interface brief, show IP and brief, we can see that this is the interface Ethernet 0/0. This is this little interface configured with this IP address, and the only thing in the OSPF database is a LSA Type 1, which is the router LSA. If I do the same on the router 10, show IP OSPF database, again same, it's a IP address just .10 because that's the IP address of this interface Ethernet 0/0, and the only LSA is a router LSA, so it's a LSA Type 1. I will have a same, or should have the same, show IP OSPF database. Yes, I see exactly the same on the router 11. So this is as I was expecting. LSA Type 1 is my own LSA, so I don't even have to have a neighbors as a router to create a LSA Type 1. And that's what I will advertise to other routers when I establish the connectivity with the other OSPF routers. So I will tell them those are my networks. If I have a multiple interfaces here, you will see multiple entries in the OSPF database. One more thing, if you want to see more details about the LSA, if the command is show IP OSPF database, and now you pick the LSA you want to see more details about. So in my case, it's a router, and you can see here's more details about the router LSA. Again, if I have multiple interfaces configured on this router, there'll be slightly more details there. So we can see link state ID. That's a OSPF ID. Advertising router, it's me myself. It's 11, and that's the network that is configured for the OSPF. So that's all here. Now, and I will start up the switch. And once the switch starts up, what I would expect is those three routers will connect over the OSPF. They will interchange the routes. They will elect DR and BDR. And we will look and we should see LSA type 2 network LSA. So let's start up the switch and see what's the difference. Now, I have started the switch in the middle, so there should be L1 connectivity between those three routers, and OSPF should connect now. So the best way to check it is with the command show IP OSPF neighbors, and on the R9 I should see the neighbor R10 and R11, and exactly what I can see. 10 and 11, the state is full, and I can also see that the router 11 with the IP address 192.168.0.11 is a DR, and R10 was elected as a backup DR. If I go and I check the database on the 9, I should now see not only LSA type 1 router, but should also see a network LSA, so LSA type 2 from the DR router, so from the router 11. Show IP OSPF database, yes, and exactly what I see. Now I see 3 networks under the router, so my own network, the 9, a network from the 10, a network from the 11, and I can also see that the designated router is a router 11, and the whole point of the designated router is that any changes on the network, each router will send the changes to the DR, and a DR is then propagate the changes on the network to all other routers. So making sure that the database is synchronized across all the OSPF devices on the network. So let's check the other 2 routers. R10, show IP OSPF database. Yes, the same. I can see 3 networks for R9, R10, R11, and I can see the network LSA that 11 is designated router. If I go on R11 and do show IP OSPF database, I see exactly the same. So that's all good. That's exactly what we expected. If I go back to router 9 and I will look at the LSA type 2 network LSA, show IP OSPF database, and if I wanted to see the LSA type 1 router, I just type router. If I want to see LSA type 2 network, I will type a network. Yes, and we can see .11 is the address of a designated router. That's correct, and it also tells me what are the attached routers on the network 11, 9, and 10. So that's all good. So this is the difference between LSA type 1 and LSA type 2. LSA type 2 is used by the DR and the BDR. LSA type 1 is generated on the router. Even if the router doesn't have any neighbors, it will generate its own LSA and wait for the neighbors to come up to advertise its network either to the DR, or if it's a point-to-point network, it will just advertise it to its neighbor. Thanks for watching. See you next time.